Welcome back to Diabetes 180. My name is Lewis Bertus. I'm a physician assistant and diabetes reversal health coach. And today we're talking about a very important question. Are diet sodas and artificial sweetened beverages safe for diabetes? Also, we're going to be addressing whether these are safe for people who just want to lose weight. Maybe you don't have diabetes, but you're struggling with weight, unwanted weight, and you want to lose that weight. So first off, I want to just burst your bubble and tell you that there's going to be 3 reasons why I'm going to suggest why we should avoid artificial sweetened beverages like this one right here. One of my old-time favorites, Coke Zero. All right. So I know the struggle. I used to love me a soda, right? That carbonated sweetness, that fizz going down your throat after a long, hard day of work. Well deserved, right? But it is also the reason why I gained, among many others, 40 pounds in almost just a year and a half, okay? And while I was in my master's program. Soda was an easy fix to make you feel good and serve as a pick-me-up, right? So it makes sense that you would turn to something like a diet soda or Coke Zero as a pick-me-up if you're trying to lose weight, okay? Or you're trying to normalize your blood sugar. But there is a problem with these food items, okay? And I'll just go straight into the first of the 3. The first reason is because studies have proven that artificial sweetened beverages like diet sodas actually can lead you to gain weight. I'll link that study in the description section if you want to read it. But yes, multiple studies have shown that when people drink these artificial sweeteners, they actually tend to gain weight, or if they don't gain weight, they don't lose the weight that they are trying to lose, right? They maintain it. They don't lose it. This is what I've experienced personally. My wife as well. It's not until we stopped drinking these artificial sweetened beverages that we started to experience some of the weight loss and the success we've had personally. But it's also proven with scientific studies. So the second reason is simple. It makes it hard to overcome that sweet tooth craving, right? The real problem really is that we crave sweetness. We crave that hit to our dopamine, right? That makes us feel good. That makes us feel relaxed, okay? And we get it from sweetened beverages. So if you're constantly introducing your taste buds to these artificial sweeteners actually, most people don't know, these sweeteners are sometimes 6 times sweeter than sugar, okay? Some of these beverages are sweeter than sugar. You're still giving yourself, I should say, like a back door to fall into sugar addiction. So it makes it very hard to resist the cravings for sugar that you have all around you every day. So you could end up eating more calories, right? Because you're still craving those calories through sweetened drinks or foods. There's also been studies that show, this is something really interesting. You could actually start eating more or increase your calorie intake just because you're drinking a 0-calorie drink. This is because we tend to reward ourselves for good behavior. Subconsciously or not, or consciously, we tend to reward ourselves when we know we're doing something good. So for example, the study that will be linked again in the description section describes 2 groups where one group was given artificial sweetened beverages but didn't know it. Another group was given artificial sweetened beverages and knew it. And then they compared which group ended up eating more calories at the end of the day. Guess what? It was a group that knew they were drinking artificial sweetened beverages or 0-calorie drinks or low-calorie drinks. Sounds like, something went wrong in the study. It just doesn't make sense. But if you think about it, it does make sense. Think of the guy who's at McDonald's who orders a meal supersized with a side of Diet Coke, right? We tend to think that, well, since I'm drinking something 0-calorie or low-calorie, I can splurge a little bit. We do it. Knowingly or unknowingly, we do it. We reward ourselves for thinking we're doing something good. So many studies have shown that you can end up eating or drinking more calories just because you're choosing these low-calorie drinks, okay? I hope that makes sense. So that's the second reason. You end up basically still having this craving for sweetness, that you're going to find yourself compensating by eating and finding these, the satisfaction for the sweetness in other ways. So reason number 3 is also very important, but more specific for my diabetic patients, right, and clients. So those who struggle with diabetes or are pre-diabetes have to be mindful of artificial sweeteners, because when you drink something that is sweetened with an artificial sweetener, your taste buds in your body often don't know the difference between real sugar and the fake sugar. So your pancreas ends up releasing insulin, right, as a result of that sweet taste. And this can, in the long run, lead to your body developing insulin resistance. This also has been proven in studies, which you'll find in the description section. So these artificial sweetened beverages can lead you to have insulin resistance. And we already know that insulin resistance leads to either developing diabetes if you don't have it, or if you have diabetes, making it harder to manage, okay, and the complications becoming more severe. So those are the 3 reasons why you need to avoid artificial sweeteners in your beverages or your foods. Number 1, studies show that it leads to weight gain. It can lead to weight gain. All right. Or in my experience, I wouldn't say I've gained weight, but I can say that I failed to lose weight when I'm drinking these drinks. Number 2, the problem of still craving sweetness, right? You still have the sweet tooth, and these artificial sweeteners are basically still keeping it alive and strong. And there's also that subconscious level where you're starting to reward yourself by adding more calories throughout your day. All right. And number 3 is the problem of insulin resistance that these food studies have shown. These foods and beverages that are sweetened with artificial sweeteners can also lead you to develop insulin resistance in the long run. Okay. So my advice, okay, my practical advice, if you're going to do with sweeteners, if you really got to satisfy that sweet tooth, try natural sweeteners. Okay, those, in a sense, they're not, they're processed for sure, but they're natural, like monk fruit or stevia. Make sure you're looking at the ingredients and make sure it's only monk fruit or stevia and nothing added. But if you're going to sweeten your drinks with something, use natural sweeteners like monk fruit or stevia. There needs to be more studies to show whether or not these are safe, but for now, in my experience and according to the studies, they are safer than your artificial sweeteners, okay? The ones that are made in a laboratory, okay? So if you must, use monk fruit or stevia, for example, those natural sweeteners. But even better than that is to start to kill that sweet tooth and start to starve it out so that you can enjoy the wholesome sweetness from real foods. So you can bite into the apple and notice its flavor. An orange or any other fruit or even vegetable, right? Our taste buds are dulled by these sweeteners. So if we can wean ourselves off of the sweet tooth cravings, we can start to enjoy the natural sweetness of whole foods. That's my best advice. Then at that point, you won't even need monk fruit or stevia. You won't need these added sweeteners, because you can enjoy the real sweetness of natural food and enjoy all the benefits of real health, right, with real food. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you can learn from it. Definitely pass it along with somebody who you know is craving or struggling with soda, in diet sodas specifically, okay? And if you have any other questions about how to lose weight and normalize your blood sugar levels, definitely reach out to me. Leave a comment in the comment section. Again, and as always, beloved, I pray above all things that you may prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prospers. See you next week.